For those of you players who have large ambitions on stocking up on a lot of stock up season items, a small base can be filled up pretty quickly and all the items can easily get in the way. So me and the legendary alt account Super Supper Sailor decided to do a video showing you guys how to build a proper stock up season base if you would like to stock up a lot. What? Why the hell am I getting... What? Why are you giving me more random gifts? You bought these items off me. Why are you giving them back to Super Supper Sailor? Alright, so the first thing you need to do is get an alt account. Or maybe, use a main account. Make sure you have a, empty plot, or whatever. Or just a new slot. I recommend a new slot. Thank you, Agent Oldie. I appreciate it. Okay, I forgot to show that, but I'm loading in a new slot here. So just load in a new slot. Load it in here. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to start off a new slot, so I'm not going to go explain that. And I'm pretty sure you guys also get the gist of, if you already have a slot, you could just use it. Just get rid of any, structures you have in the center. All right, let's get started. So once you head to the land store, make sure you buy some land. One thing I forgot to mention, but it's not that, bad that I forgot to mention it because we're still pretty early into the video, is that you have 20 mil on every single stock up season base that you're planning to make. If you can't exactly afford that, at least get 900k to buy max land, and then I guess the rest of the money is up to you. I'd say just, the more money you have, the more you can stock up, all right? Maybe sell some items, do whatever, grind ice wood, watch my video on how to make money by grinding ice wood, sell the players. There's a lot of tutorials out there on YouTube. And, get money, put it on your stock up season base. Yeah. A tip that you can use whenever you're buying land is buy land normally here, press yes, then press E, and then press E again. That will speed up the process dramatically quickly. I can't believe that I only recently figured out that you could just press EE after this step and much quicker the land that you want to buy will be bought. After you have purchased max land, go into Woods RS and purchase a small vehicle, I forget what this is called, for 400 lumber bucks. It's the pink box. It is called the utility vehicle. Go buy it from this. Press E, yes, I think you guys know how to do that. Then press E to open the box. Do not do anything until you see your base. Hover that over your base. And who the frick cares about this basic hatchet? I lost the name of that for a second. How did I do that? What the frick? If you reset, you will respawn back at your base. That will save a bunch of time. Plus, we need to get across the bridge before sunset. And guess what? We can always just grab the basic hatchet back over here. See? No big deal. Now, I'm not going to tell you to buy the blueprints yet because we need to make sure that we can get to the stores that are only open during daytime before nighttime comes. You can buy from Woods RS any time of the day in Lumber Tycoon 2. You could probably imagine that one guy who literally screams about every single stock up season item every year will get extra excited if there's a very cheap item in Woods RS. What's his name? JB. Alright, go over here, and I recommend that you buy at Boxcars first, because Boxcars actually closes sooner than Fancy Furnishings, but opens later than the Fancy Furnishings every single Lumber Tycoon 2 day. Now, what I like to personally do is I like to purchase 2 Balls all-purpose haulers to have, a spare backup one, why not? I don't want to buy 3 because that would be too many. Like, what if I accidentally delete the spawn pad or something and it's stock up season? I can't waste any stock up season time. I need to make sure that I use all the time that I'm in Lumber Tycoon 2 for stock up season itself. If you don't have that big of a Lumber Tycoon 2 budget, then just buy 1 truck, all right? You could save a little bit of time just by driving into the store here and pick up yourself 2 glass doors. From the thumbnail, and why else would we get specifically 2 glass doors? You already know what the hell we're building today. We're building a door bridge. I don't know why I could just, okay, hold on. There we go. You need to be extra careful because items tend to not be pick-upable. I'm pretty sure shorter than it ever has been before. I think something to do with the instant respawn makes it so that if you don't touch an item that you're trying to buy in a store that you did not buy yet for a while, it will become ungrabbable. So yeah, you have to be very careful of that during stock up season. If you're watching this video, I hope you know, and if you do not, that's fine. Stock up season is when there are limited items in Lumber Tycoon 2. Stock up season lasts all of October from the 1st of December. Well, I mean, technically the stock up seasons, if you're living in Eastern Standard Time, they start the day before a month, like on the 30th or the 30th of the month. So from the 30th, whenever it comes in for December, well, the 30th of November, till December 25th or 26th, that's when it usually lasts. And Thanksgiving has been a bit wonky. Sometimes it'll last for 6 days, sometimes it'll last for 4 days. Usually it lasts 36 hours, I'm pretty sure, during Thanksgiving time, which is the 4th Thursday of November, for those of you who don't know. Now comes the point in time where no, don't bump into my items. No, RGB cat, no. Okay, now comes the time where we can purchase the blueprints. Here are all the blueprints that I recommend you buy. Get out of here with that basic hatchet. You do not need to buy that right now, RGB cat. There's no point. A tiny floor blueprint, a large floor blueprint, a fat door blueprint, and since these items will despawn pretty quickly, before you buy them, just buy the 3, all right? So you don't undo any work. Or maybe you could just like put one on here and then you could grab another one. So we need a smooth wall and then the skinnier smooth wall. And then, just tap the item so that, it stays in the, it stays there. And then obviously you also buy, obviously, the ladder blueprint. Buy all 3 of those. Boom. Press E, add them to your collection. You could press E to close as well to make the process quicker. And to anybody who's on mobile, just tap on the screen where it says so. And anybody who is on Xbox, I'm pretty sure it's X. I bet a person who doesn't even know how Xbox works would probably guess, oh yeah, it's an Xbox. So just press X. What I like to usually do, well, actually, I'm going to stop saying what I like to usually do. I'm showing you what I usually like to do right this tutorial. 3 studs like that. So I don't know if you noticed there, but have it right there. Move one up, then one. There's a total of, let me get the measurement here, 3 studs this way and 3 studs this way, so that you could put the wall here, and then there's a comfortable 2 studs in between the truck. Now, it really doesn't matter, but it just looks really comfortable, all right? Then go 1, 2, and move the car spawner. Starting at this, 1, 2, boom. Respawn the car, it's only $8. Good, okay. Now, for those of you using an account, if you're using an account that does not have build power to make a stock up season base, and your main account has build power, use your main account's build power abilities. Don't waste your time by, even though you can rotate your truck to where you get to the strange man to pay 10 million 400 or 10,040,000, something like that, to the strange man for the blueprint power, or buying the game pass. Do not waste your time. Do not waste your LT2 lumber bucks. Well, yeah, do not waste your lumber bucks. Just use your main account. If you don't have build power in any of them, then I recommend that you get it from a friend who has build power, or get the build power yourself. All right. I do not have a tutorial on how to get the build power, and there's also a simpler way. But, Afton always has tutorials on those. Other people do. There's a lot of LT2 YouTubers out there. In fact, I just discovered a couple new LT2 YouTube. Actually, not really. I kind of knew about this guy already. I'm not going to call him out, but over 5,000 subs, and I just don't like what he does. Or they, or she. But I apologize for bringing focus to that. I just really despise what this person is doing, okay? Anyways, I have a little system here. It's a 1x1 unit cutter. I have a straight conveyor. I'll show you really quick here. I have a Sawmax O2L, straight conveyor, and then a widened conveyor. And then I have 15 straight conveyors. I do have supports just for aesthetics, I think the word is. And then basically for this, I put 1 straight conveyor. And what I did was I put a thing over this like so, and this far above, and this many studs above. I have an entire tutorial on how to build one of these. I will link it in the description. So if you want to tutorial on how to build a nice 1x1 unit cutter. Well, I actually have my settings to 1x1.2 to eliminate ever having the possibility of, there being too many 99%. Plus, you don't really lose that much wood when you do it. It's not that bad of an investment to do. You do not need a 1x1 unit cutter. Maybe you can build an automatic one, build one like me. I mean, I recommend you build one like me. I feel like that's better. Or you could just get the wood yourself, put it in the sawmill, and then get like a long log. This is only for if you have build power. If you do not have build power, a 1x1 unit of wood will not work. My recommendation is to get elm wood for the wood. You can get any wood that you would like, but my recommendation is elm wood because it is so easy to get. There's so much of it. Look how much of a quantity this is. I'm not going to focus too much more on this 1x1 wood cutter. This video is not about the 1x1 wood cutter. By the way, if you really want extra details on how to run these things, just watch the video I linked in the description on it. I'm only going to get 2 sticks of elm wood. It is best to get 6 and then put them in your sawmill and then put them next to each other. But I'm done explaining that. Like I said, I will be back when I have a small truck of units, and I'll show you what to do on the other base. But there's another tip that I want to point out to you before I pause, and that is with your alt account, make sure to check your alt account that it doesn't have save items to base. Make sure it does not, because the moment your alt account, which doesn't have the build power, if it does, then you could just do this. If you're doing this on, you could technically do this all on one account. If I were to open a new slot on the dragmotoxboss account, I could just do this all in the same base. I put this in the wrong sawmill. And that's something I feel people would usually do. But right now I'm following the steps that you need to do assuming you have a good wood unit cutter on one base, but you don't on the other base. So you have this base loaded in just so you can get wood for the other base. So assuming this has build power and that one does not, make sure that a base does not have. Why did I put this back in? Make sure that base does not have save items to base permission, like I said 2 seconds ago, because if the wood saves to a base that does not have build power, then it'll lose its build power abilities. You have to beware that, sometimes your internet might disconnect. And, the rules go for Lumber Tycoon 2. Anything that is off your base when you disconnect will not be saved. Unless a friend is in that, unless it's wood, unless it's trees that you chopped, not sawmilled, but trees that you just simply chopped, and you have a friend in the server and you can literally join right back. But be careful not to load right where the trees that you lost in a server are, all right? Okay, even though your alt account does have blueprints, I just did that just in case, just an extra, I actually, I don't even know any situation that I'd need that account to have the blueprints, but it's kind of just good to have just in general. That's how I view it, all right, even though it's pointless. So, sorry for wasting your time and money, guys, for LT2. But anyways, put one large floor, rotate it like this. I like to have the wood flesh up and down like that. You can have it sideways, all right? I don't know if flesh was the right word. Then take a wall, all right? Rotate it, press R, T. Actually, I should make this a little simple for you guys. Take the smooth wall, this smaller smooth wall, sorry. They're both called smooth wall. And then take the bigger one. Now, I guess, it was good that I, picked out the exact blueprints so you guys know the exact blueprints I'm talking about. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to, get this standing back up because you had to, mess up the rotating thing just to get those intact. Put one in the corner like this, and then get a skinnier one, put it like this, and then like this. See, this wood naturally is just up and down, so that's why I like to have the large floors up and down. Now, as for over here, well, I mean, as you saw the video being finished, you technically have to have the full thing filled, but I want to get these 3 down specifically before I put, too many more blueprints. Then go over here and put, I'm sorry, I did a mistake. I actually did a mistake. Seriously, okay. Do not put those 3 I might just cut that out of the video. Okay, retake, okay. So, put it right, actually, focus on this side, okay? and this is, this side of this. Put large floor, 1, 2, 3. Then get a large door. No, that's not the large door. Get a large door like this and like this. Then get 3 doors. Technically, we're filling the whole base with walls, but I want to focus on these 3 for a specific reason that you'll see in this video in a couple seconds. As for the last corner, it is the simplest corner of all these corners that you have to worry about filling in. Now, why do I get these so specific and precise? I really screwed up pronouncing that word. It's because, it looks really good, all right? So just put, 1 wall on top of that like that, and then that there, all right? And I forgot about this corner. I forgot about the rest of this corner. For this corner, I might just, do a little bit of editing and insert this little clip of... Okay, anyways, put a back door like that. And right here, this is the first corner. Hold on, I messed that up. Boom. Now, all you need to do is fill in the rest with large floor blueprints. All right? You should not be able to screw up anything else unless you go a little foolish and you're just like, wait, where did it go? Huh? We will just use this account. Yep, I guess I found a reason why you will need to use the blueprints in this account. What if the other account glitches? Don't be a fool and put it randomly like this, because then you'll just screw up. Who would do this? Who would do this? Don't put it in the middle of the thing like that. Now what you're gonna do, simply fill these in, and like I said, go here and just boom, boom. Fill in the rest of the walls. There. I'm not even showing the right screen. Okay, hold on. So what you do is get a unit, put it in here, and fill up the walls the rest of the way. Oh, what the frick? It's lagging. Okay. Put it like this, and fill up, fill it till you fill that, and then that, and then that, and then that. And you should not screw it up unless you start putting large floors in the middle of the wall there, like I said 2 seconds ago. Don't do that. Another tip I want to give you guys about dealing with stock up season bases is that the data size can become an issue. If you have a data size 10 base, that is the max data size, in my opinion, that lets the items become somewhat movable until it gets irritating. If you go any above data size 10, it'll literally take 10 million years just to move a couple items out, even with a whole team of helpers in a Lumber Tycoon 2 private server or just a normal server. Now, data size 10 still is laggy, but if you have a team of like 4 or 5 other people helping you, or even just a couple people, the process can go by pretty fairly quickly. Now, if you're only doing one stock up season base and you want to fill it to data size 20, go ahead, fill it up to data size 20. But just know that it's going to be really hard to access those items. So the most I recommend you stock up to is a data size 10 on these stock up season bases. If you're just going to have if you're going to have these buildings and a ton of items, just data size 10. Because you can still somewhat retrieve the items, but it's inevitable that it will still be a task. If you stock up to less than a data size 10, then, well, in my opinion, I feel that's not enough, but maybe that would be enough for you guys because, not everybody stocks up as much as other people, Everyone has their own pace for stocking up. Not everybody stocks up like 10 million bajillion items, all right? Something I want to mention is that you absolutely do not have to build a door bridge for a stock up season base. The only reason why I'm telling you that you should build a door bridge is because it will save time. This is only if you plan to stock up a lot. If you're going to stock up like 10 truckloads the entire month of October, then do not build a safari door bridge. It is much better just to use the normal bridge. But if you're going to stock up a lot, this really saves a lot of time because it takes forever waiting for the bridge to go down. So basically, this will take about 5 hours to make, so it is completely up to you if you want to take this route, all right? Most people just do not. If you don't want to take this route, then, once you complete the walls, boom, you're done, finished. Very simple. But if you want to take this route, then continue watching this video. So it's your choice. Do you want to leave? Most of you will leave this video and say, I'm done. But some of you will stay for the journey, and you have to deal with my freaking voice for another 20 minutes. Now, this is not really that important because we are going to be building a safari door bridge for this design, but this specific little thing is not that important because technically it does not matter where along the wall you put the safari door bridge. Anywhere could work, but you'll be pretty efficient if you put the safari door bridge right here. Why not put it over here? Well, because I feel that it's just too close. It doesn't look good. And I know that kind of makes no sense because this is meant for a stock-up season base. But if I'm going to be stocking up for hours on end during stock-up season, I don't want to look at a very weird-looking base. Okay, anyways, so I put the glass door like this. Not past. Here, on the blueprint. Like the same, length as the blueprint. Not length, in the same spot. Then make it so that it looks like that. You can get it this is the furthest it could go with a wall on the other side, all right? Also, keep in mind that you guys can feel free to build the wall taller if you really want to, to stop people from coming in. I just have it walls like this so that it, looks nice and civilized, like it's a nice big base-sized box to keep your stock-up season items in. Anyways, get a ladder and put it here. Now, what I recommend you doing normally is, just put a ton of ladders like this and then stacking them on top of each other like so. I'll get to explaining about that in a second, so don't worry, I'm not done explaining about that if you're confused. Anyways, get the second door and put it right next to there. And yeah, I will be partially covering how to build a safari door bridge, but very briefly. If you want a full explanation, watch How to Build a Door Bridge Easily 2023 Lumber Tycoon 2. It is my second most popular video as of July 14, 2023. I know I literally just talked about door bridges, but I recommend that you work on building the walls before you get too much into building a door bridge. That is just what I like to do in order, but you can do it any order you want as long as you get these things built by the end of the day. All right. Sometimes you'll run into a thing of where you'll accidentally place two blueprints on top of each other, and then in the same spot, and then if you fill in one, it'll look like this. Fear not. You could just fill in the other one, and they're just two locked into each other. Look, I'll press E to check, move. There's literally another one there. Like so, yes. Another tip for you guys, do not place too many blueprints on a base at a time, because if you do so, random blueprints will start disappearing and you might lose some precious hard work. So be sure to fill in all the blueprints that you place before you go placing new ones. Only place a certain amount. I'd say, to be safe, maybe like 30 or something. And then fill them all in, and then place 30 more. And then fill those all in. The cycle keeps repeating, obviously. It takes approximately 112 ladders to build enough ladders to have the right amount of height to complete a successful safari door bridge. Here's what you should do for the ladders. Now, most of you will not have a reference to measure with. I do. I basically measure how tall that door bridge is because that's about as tall as the door bridge needs to be. And what I like to do is I like to make all the ladders that I need, and then, what you do, place the blueprints on the ground and then fill in the blueprints. Never fill in the blueprint like this and carry up the wood. That takes way too long. Put the blueprints down here. Oh, JRM is now Super Supper Sailor. Holy crap. Put the blueprints here, then fill in the blueprints, and then basically, once you do that, take the ladders and start stacking them up, and keep stacking them up. There is a little method that you might know that you can, and I even said in the door bridge video, but I'm actually saying don't do now because I figured that this is probably easier. Basically, you can put large floors at a certain point, and then you can put those ladders and put them on the bottom of the large floors and then put them up. Don't do that for ladders. Just make all the ladders that you need. And if you don't know how many you need, just try to make a ton. Try to, I'll show later in this video how tall it'll somewhat look like, and maybe you can somewhat measure that, but, try to measure. And if you have too many ladders, it does not matter. You can always just transfer those to a person who needs to build a safari door bridge, or to an alt account if you're going to build another one of these bases. No, we do not need, no. That has to be the most legendary thing that can climb up your door bridge. I'm calling it. This tutorial is the best tutorial on YouTube, just because that just happened. Once you have placed 4 things, so 4 large floors here, 4 large floors there, that's about good. All right, basically what you need to do to start out this bridge, hold on, give me a second here. So I'm going to hire this door up, and basically how to start one of these is you take a door, press E to check, move, rotate it so that the doorknob is up. So watch this, so that the doorknob is up like so. And then you put it, and then you pretty much, like, I'll demonstrate higher up here. I really should have demonstrated when I started down there, but I just didn't happen to. But anyways, you put it on as if you're putting the door like that, against that, all right? I'll basically demonstrate with this up here. Pretend this is the top of the glass door. What you do is you take your thing and make sure, see this is the stud above it, like the stud that's higher than it, that won't weld, that's above it. But if you put it one lower, that's how it works. And then basically you just keep putting them on and on and on and on and on, and then I'll show you guys how to weld them. This is a very dangerous part of when you have the door bridge. Because, you know, if you accidentally reload, you could risk having the entire door bridge, you know, ruined, and you have to redo the entire design, basically. What I recommend doing is just closing all the knobs and then welding them normally and hope for the best, but I'm not entirely sure what to do because it keeps, like, changing or whatever. I don't know. But anyways, what you keep doing is, well, basically, you get your first door on, then you lower that other glass door to get your second door on. And you put it on like this. Obviously, I'm not down there, but you do that, you know, process, you know, down there with the glass doors. Then you open this one door, and you'll get a door from down below, and then bring it up. Obviously, you're not bringing it up here. Let's pretend you're on your, you know, your second set of doors. You basically open that. You can do it reverse order. What I mean by reverse order is you can just open that one instead of this one. I'm not going to complicate things for you guys. And then go back down and grab a door. Now, the thing about the platforms up there is basically, you know, make a ton of doors for yourself and, you know, keep them down there at first so that you can go up and do this process over and over again. But then eventually, when it feels like it takes way too long, start to move them up there. So you press E to check, move around the door, then look up, and then get the door out there. That's how you know there's a door on there. And try to make sure you space them out, because if you put too many doors down, they'll start hanging down, but it's not the worst thing in the world. You can still access them. I mean, I'd find it pretty fun too, all right? No wonder I was able to build 5 more of these bases previously within the last week. Once you are done with your Safari door bridge, what you need to do is close every single door. Once you have all your doors shut, including the bottom ones, obviously, what you're going to do, and starting with the bottom ones, is press E to check, move, and then B. And then do it for absolutely every single door. I also like to do the top doors, which you technically don't need to do, but, you know, I guess I do it just in case. I kind of think of it as not me being stupid, but a good luck charm. But anyways, just focus. Just get all the doors. Every single door. Make sure you get them all. Alright, just a few more doors here. Like so. And like I said 2 seconds ago, look, I just do the top just in case. I don't think you need to, but I just do it for good luck. You never know. You don't want to do a ton of work and then have the entire door bridge not work. Now, I'm pretty sure this is enough. If it is not, then I can just always just create more. Let's look and see if this is enough. The last tip about this door bridge section here is to move any excess doors and ladders to an alt account base. Or you could just delete it if you don't feel like putting it all in and this is your main account. Or if you just do not feel like dealing with them, then just do not deal with them. Just don't deal with them. It's that simple, all right? All right, and that is how, hold on. I have to do a lot of cutting out in this video. And that is it. That is how you build a stock up season base successfully in Lumber Tycoon 2. Also, be sure to remove the sign and put it in the corner because people might get shook and confused and might be like, you exploited these items, especially if you stock up to a data size 10. All right, so just put your sign to the corner or something, and that is it. So basically, when you reload, your doors will look face down. Your wooden doors will be, sometimes your base will load in with the doors down. Sometimes, well, the door bridge down. Sometimes it'll load in with the door bridge up, but these glass doors down. Basically, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to press E to check, move, and then B, and then the door will automatically go down. And then, you know, this other door, let's assume it's down here. Press E to check, move, B. See, I've done that so much, I pretty much know where it is on the thing. Holy crap. Reflexes. All right, I'm going to test this door bridge out with a big truck. And as you can see, you will run into the doorknobs with this door bridge strategy, but this is the quickest way that you could build a door bridge, all right? But I actually got over there fairly quickly. Now, with any smaller vehicle, it's better. But not the freaking snowmobile. That would be a freaking disaster on that door bridge. Holy crap. Actually, maybe not. Maybe if you just rode on one door, it'd be fine, actually. Also, recommendation whenever you get over here, take a sharp right. Don't go out there. Take a sharp right, because this will get you to the stores the fastest. We need to save as much time as possible whenever we stock up. We need to be extra efficient. Boxcars, fancy furnishings, wherever they may be, or drive straight to Bob's Shack. None of this, oh, go left and then go around. No, that wastes too much stock up season time, especially if you stock up a lot. That will actually add a lot of time. If I ever heard wind that you actually did that, I would literally smack myself in the face. I would be so disappointed. And then little tip for Bob's Shack, put your truck here. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. All right. That's how you build a stock up season base. Have fun stocking up. Get ready for stock up season this October. Well, it'll probably release September 30th for some of you, but for the rest of you, October. And goodbye, Vetley. I just stranded Vetley. Vetley can walk himself home. Good for him.